Hey, what's happening, guys? Today is January 20. How is today? 20 is 8th. It's January 28th. I've just fed the aquarium. Everyone's out. Well, I kind of fed it. I think in a previous video I talked about what I'm doing at the sump. If I haven't, I know I'm posting on Reef to Reef about that. Let me see if we can get down in here. See if you can see it. It must have floated to the back. So, big return pump, and what I'm doing is, it's floating around in there. I'm taking my frozen food, and instead of thawing out in a container, doing all that shenanigans, I am throwing it in the sump and letting the return pump spit it back in the aquarium. I've got small pellets I do this with, and the frozen food. Sorry for the hand in front of the camera. I don't do it with anything that would be big meaty chunks, like large shrimp or cuts of food or anything. But you can see the fish are starting to go nuts because as the frozen food starts to thaw out and go, the pump will suck it up and spit it back into the aquarium. I've noticed this actually works better than me just trying to suck up a bunch of water and do the old collection cup with turkey baster method, because it distributes it more evenly. I've got double returns, and so either side, and then the fish aren't trying to fight each other for whatever food particles are going to come into the aquarium. It looks like it's working out pretty well. You can start to see there's stuff floating around in there, and that's from the return getting sucked in. I'm doing, what am I doing? Hikari's, like Angel Fair or something like that. Just kind of giving them a mix right now. They've already had their nori, which is hanging on the clip, and it seems to be doing all right. What time is it? It's 1:30. So if you notice any of the corals moving around, the big ass gorgonian kind of swaying, that's the return pumps. I actually moved the power heads up and point them more towards the surface, so it's kind of throwing everything forward a little bit more. And I figured I'd feed everybody so that they can kind of come out and get to be seen on camera. The Imperator's running around, the Xanthorus, the Coral Beauty finally comes out. You can see its colors. I don't know where the Eblei went. Oh, there he is. I call his name, he comes running around. So, I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm thinking that this is some sort of Nephthia. I don't think it's a Kenya tree species, because you can see the sclerites in its body structure. So it's pinked up a lot, so looking pretty good. My Gorgonian, I'm going to start fragging that soon. That thing in the last year has just gone nuts. Those stalks were probably 3/4 the size that they are now. That one, the one in the back, really started to take off. So I'm going to cut that up and glue them to rocks and kind of go from there. And I stopped in the fish store today and get some water, and they've actually had 2 emerald crabs. So I've used those before to take care of bubble algae, and I have bubble algae along with other issues with this aquarium. But we'll see if that works out well. So it's kind of this week's video update of everything. Just kind of hopefully stand back, not trip over the jugs of water, which eventually I really need to get an RO system, but that'll be down the line. I did talk to them about getting another fish, angel fish, whatever. He said check in on Tuesday, they'll let me know what's available. I kind of posted a little opinion on my Reef to Reef thread about what we should get. I'm hoping that they say we've got false lemon peels, or maybe a midnight, or rusty, or maybe even something cool like a Venustus. Who knows? I'm almost leaning towards a midnight, not midnight, a multicolor, I know that there's a person out in California that's got 7 angels, and they've got a pair of multicolors, and they're doing just fine. It's always my understanding that multicolors were deeper water angels, and the lighting and even some of the warmer temperatures could cause issues with them. Theirs seem to be okay. I don't know. Just kind of have to see how everything goes.